Tonight on CTV News, it's fire season and it comes with a strong warning. John Key's back in Christchurch and millions of dollars gets injected into our local economy.
Broadcasting across Canterbury from the CTV studio, this is First at 5.
Good evening to you. As we go to air tonight, Kaipoi is in lockdown. CTV News is receiving reports of gunshots and we understand streets in the small town are in lockdown and ambulances and police are at the scene. Residents have been asked to stay in their homes. We hope to have more on this story as it develops. Well, the Prime Minister was in Christchurch today to assess the city's progress, but he couldn't ignore questions about the SAS drama. Emma Cropper was there.
Work came to a halt at the site of the Justice and Emergency Precinct as Prime Minister John Key looked on at progress before battling reporters about his misleading comments earlier this week. Key's dodged allegations. He was concealing text messages between right-wing blogger Cameron Slater and himself, blaming confusion surrounding the question and running behind time.
I was racing to the house, I was late. And so I gave a general answer because I didn't want to give a specific answer.
So it's misleading.
So in my defence, I answer the questions, I hear them. That particular question in the House, I specifically heard it as the Chisholm report.
Key denied being in contact with Slater ahead of the release of a report looking at the SIS's role in Slater's political attack on former Labour leader Phil Goff.
I have never proactively rung or texted Cameron Slater. What I can say is on a small handful of occasions, he has sent me unsolicited texts. I've either not responded to those or I've courteously responded. So in principle, I haven't engaged in a dialogue with him.
But last night, Key's office released this text exchange, which proved he had in fact been in contact with the whale oil blogger.
No one walks around with all that information in their head, dealing with all the issues that I deal with every day.
Key spent the morning visiting major anchor projects in the city, checking in on the Justice and Emergency Precinct ahead of its final concrete pour, completing the precinct's foundations.
So I thought you'd like to see what goes into these great big raft pours. Each one is about 1,000 cubes of concrete, 200 truckloads.
Nearby schools revealing their role in the city's rebuild, being given naming rights for the 2 cranes involved in the site's construction.
We chose Phoenix because it's a mystical bird that lives on for a long time and reborns, and it's bright and colourful and vibrant like our city.
Angelo stands for all angels and Michael for St. Michael's, and Michelangelo was also a very famous artist.
But a dirty politics wasn't on the minds of these students, who were just happy to have met the man who runs the country.
It was just really good. It was like an honour for me to meet the Prime Minister.
And being a part of the city's rebuild post-quake.
We feel really good.
Very excited.
It's amazing. It's a good representative of our school and all of the students.
The Justice and Emergency Precinct is a $300 million build on a $40 million land, housing the city's key emergency services and justice agencies in one spot.
This is one of the core anchor projects, going to be very, very important. It'll be a great facility when it's finished and it'll provide an integrated justice and emergency facility for the people of Christchurch.
Foundations are due to be completed this week, with the entire precinct due to open in mid-2017. Emma Cropper, CTV News.
Progress, we like that, don't we? Well, when you see a fire truck on the road, don't assume it's putting out a blaze. The fire service here in Christchurch has been installing thousands of smoke alarms at no cost, Emma Cropper reports.
They save lives, yet many homes aren't fitted with them.
Look, our guys are going out every day and installing smoke alarms, and it's the old story. A smoke alarm can keep people safe, can get people out of a house, can't stop a fire, won't stop a fire, but that's what our guys are there for. They will come along and put a fire out.
Campaigns have been rolled out countrywide, raising awareness for the importance of smoke alarms. 430 homes in Rangiora have been fitted with new alarms, leaving 95% of the township protected against early signs of house fires. A year and a half ago, the New Zealand Fire Service launched the Could You Live With Yourself campaign, a multimedia campaign driving New Zealanders to make sure they have working smoke alarms, all in a bid to save more lives from house fires. But here in Christchurch, the message isn't always getting across.
There have been a couple of fatalities around New Zealand, and I know in 2 of the cases, the one in Hamilton and one here in Christchurch, that no smoke alarms were found in the houses. In both cases, it's quite possible or even probable that with smoke alarms the people would have escaped.
If you're seeing the red fire trucks out and about more, they're not always attending a blaze. Local fire stations have been tasked with the job of installing thousands of free smoke alarms and doing fire checks in Canterbury homes in a bid to make locals safer.
And it is proving very, very successful in that we believe we are managing to attract the interest of the people that we in the past have missed.
Abandoned red zone homes have been the target of arsonists following the quakes, but the fire service is confident that trend is coming to an end.
Probably not getting as many of those as we did. Concern now is that if the same sort of people are still out there and still wanting to light things, that they will be lighting properties now where they don't know if there's going to be anybody inside.
They're hoping more homes installed with these inexpensive devices will mean they can be left to fight fires, and just that.
And it just makes so much of a difference if they are actually doing firefighting rather than dragging people's bodies out of fires. Our guys hate doing that.
Emma Cropper, CTV News.
A Hillmorton couple are still in shock and still horrified naturally that their pet cat was shot earlier this week by somebody with an air gun. Emma Cropper has more.
Recovering after narrowly surviving an air rifle shooting, 3-year-old Sai's lucky to be alive after his owners arrived home last Friday to find him in a state of despair.
So we got home and he was covered in blood and he had a small wound on his chest, but there was quite a lot of blood coming from it, and both of his legs were really limp, so we rushed him into the vet.
X-rays revealed this metal pellet lodged inside his lung, requiring emergency surgery.
He's got both of his legs in cast. This one is being replaced today because he's spent lots of time ripping it off. And then under his chest here is where they've had to do the surgery.
The friendly-natured cat never venturing outside the neighbourhood, leaving the owners looking close to home for the attacker.
It's very disturbing to think that it's one of our neighbours, and those are people that you just automatically think that you could probably trust.
Claire Macbeth's received an outpouring of support for the miracle cat, hundreds liking this Facebook page, searching for information on the incident. Poor Justice is offering a $1,000 reward to catch who's responsible for what they're calling a horrific act of abuse.
Really nice. It's really easy to feel like the world's a pretty rough place when something so horrible happens. So having all these people, you know, we have a Facebook page for him, so people liking his Facebook page and sending us messages and offering support, it's really lovely.
Claire believes the attack on their much-loved cat took place mid-afternoon in the Hillmorton area, leaving the owners upset that no one's come forward.
This was my pet and I loved him very much, and for somebody to do something so cruel to another living thing is awful, and I really hope that they feel bad.
But last week's incident has left the couple on edge about letting their pets outdoors.
We both feel like we can't let our animals out of the house during the day and when we're not home. We have 3 cats, so for them we're going to build an enclosure so that they can go outside and be safe rather than roaming around and getting injured again.
But almost a week on from the attack, and Sai's still on edge too.
He did make a runner. He just ran.
So far, the much-loved cat's vet bill has a price tag of $3,000, but all Claire's hoping for is his speedy recovery and to find the person behind the attack. Emma Cropper, CTV News.
Well, still to come here on CTV News, millions are invested into an iconic Christchurch company, and Aaron Major is on his way to England.
With all the latest innovations in the world of technology, Shift has everything you need to stay informed and in the know. Shift, 2:15 on Monday, right here on CTV.
Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to Staywell Pharmacy.
At Staywell Pharmacy, we do more than just dispense prescriptions. If you're looking for a new perspective on your health options from a qualified health professional, then come in and see us. We have 2 private consultation rooms where you can discuss your health needs with our team in confidence. We combine the best of the health food shop and a pharmacy to give you a holistic approach. For a new direction in your future health, call us for an appointment. Stay Well Pharmacy. Live well, stay well.
Have you got creepy crawlies scurrying through your house? Or is your problem a bit bigger? Well, we can help. Being Canterbury owned and operated for 10 years means we've learnt a thing or two about our local invaders. We have the option of non-toxic chemicals to provide a healthier environment for you and your family while evicting those nasties. And satisfaction is guaranteed. So eliminate the problem quickly and safely. For a full range of services, visit our website, elitepestcontrol.co.nz.
Avoid the monkeys when it comes to relocating. Trust A1 Movers, a family business since 1993 that guarantees a professional job every time. We carefully handle and wrap your valued items, ensuring they have a safe journey. Secure storage and insurance options are also available.
A1 Movers, the careful, caring moving company. Oi!
I'm selling my home with Gavin Top of Harvey's because I know he'll get me the best possible price. Gavin even guarantees it. His buyer's price declaration guarantee gives me confidence knowing I'll get the best possible price for my house. I know I can trust him because he listens to what I want to achieve and goes the extra mile to get great results. If you want to get Gavin's highest possible price guarantee like I am, give him a call or take a look at his website and he'll get you sold.
敬请收看 CTV Freeview 40频道首档华语原创系列电视节目 Chinese in Canterbury. Join us in watching Chinese in Canterbury on CTV.
Welcome back to CTV News. More good news for our local economy. A Christchurch-based company with a history spanning more than 100 years is spending millions and millions of dollars on a new development. Here's Marcus Gibbs.
Breaking ground on a new multi-million-dollar development for Christchurch.
It will be an outstanding factory, very efficient.
Skellerup's Woolston factory was badly damaged in the February 2011 earthquake, so a decision was made to rebuild. The company is moving its factory to the Wigram Business Park.
We acquired this particular property, which is about to be developed.
It's a major investment for the company that has a history in Christchurch spanning more than 100 years. Danish-Australian George Skellerup opened his first retail store in Christchurch in September 1910, selling tyres and rubber goods for the New Zealand dairy industry. Over the following decades, the company has grown to 750 people with offices around the world.
We trade throughout the globe and we have other factories, but this is the home of the agri and always will be. And our commitment to this capital project indicates that's what we're intending to be.
The company says the new development isn't just an investment for Skellerup, but something special for Christchurch. Construction of the new factory formally kicked off today. Once complete, 200 people will work here. This new building will change the way the company operates.
We are the world's best dairy supplies provider. Our liners and milker tubing are extremely well sought after.
Sir Selwyn has been involved with Skellerup for 28 years. He wants to see this project finished and dairy make a resurgence.
We keep on trying to get more efficient, create more jobs and give production and componentry into the dairy industry, which might be not quite as ebullient as it was, but we haven't any doubt dairy throughout the world will come again.
The new building will open next year. Marcus Gibbs, CTV News.
Well, today the Christchurch City Council approved legal highs to be sold once again inside the 4 avenues of Christchurch. But there is a catch. You see, most local business owners say the rents will be far too expensive for any of the local smaller retailers to be able to actually sell the legal highs, which is probably welcome news for those who don't like them. Well, on to other news now. The rivers are running low and New Zealand Fish and Game says the waterways require urgent attention to allow fish to continue spawning.
Fish and Game says it's the long, hot days that are to blame. The warm, drying winds and the weather is crippling local waterways. Spokesperson Andrew Curry is disappointed no processes were put in place, despite this weather being forecasted months ago. Mr Curry says he's received numerous calls from anglers and rural landowners concerned at the exceptionally low flows in some local rivers and streams, especially the Cust River. He expects stretches of rivers like the Sowan, Ashley and Cust to dry up, but says it's abnormally early. He's disappointed that Fish and Game has to alert ECAN to the situation for action to be taken. Fish and Game have already had to salvage fish from problem areas in the river where they've run dry. The owners of property along the Cust River are surprised it's drying up already, as this normally only takes place after Christmas. Andrew Curry says the situation is not localised to North Canterbury, and similar reports of stressed waterways, low lake levels and irrigation restrictions in South Canterbury have been documented over the last fortnight. Fish and Game says while the situation is potentially compounded by the lack of snowmelt this year, regional authorities need to explain just what measures are in place to ensure there is enough water in the rivers.
Former All Black in Canterbury, of course, Aaron Mauger has signed a 3-year contract as head coach of Leicester Tigers and will move to the new team after the next season. Gordon Finlater has more.
Crusaders assistant coach Aaron Mauger has accepted the head coaching role at the Leicester Tigers club in England for their 2015-16 season. Mauger will continue his coaching role at the Crusaders next year before he joins up with the club he played for and captained between 2007 and 2010. The former All Black and Crusader says it's a dream opportunity to return to a club he is so fond of in a head coach capacity. Mauger's goal is to return Leicester to once again being one of the top clubs in Europe and world rugby. Crusaders coach Todd Blackadder says he's thrilled for Mauger and fully supports his decision, while CEO Hamish Riak believes Mauger is a core member of the Crusaders and will be sorely missed. Mauger will begin his 3-year contract at the end of the Crusaders Super Rugby season, which begins on February 13th against the Melbourne Rebels.
Well, still to come here on CTV News, Warren is back with the week's business review and the region's weather.
Let's face it, everyone has an agenda. And guess what? So do I. Every week, I'll pick 3 stories that grab my attention. Agenda with me, Brent Goff.
Blackwells has a proud history presenting leading vehicle brands, extensive backup and service for a total one-stop driving experience. Holden, Mazda and HSV new and used vehicle sales, servicing, parts, paint and panel, Isuzu truck sales and service, all together in one convenient location. More selection, more value, more quality and more reasons to make Blackwells your #1 choice. Visit Blackwells today, corner Waterloo Racecourse Road, Sockburn, or online at blackwells.co.nz.
Located at the foot of the Port Hills, Berrymead Golf offers a spectacular location for any occasion. Make a dream wedding a reality with private use of our green function room, outdoor garden courtyard, large marquee and stunning gazebo. Or for your next conference, enjoy the relaxed atmosphere of Berrymead Golf, offering a private, spacious conference room with special deals to make any break a true break. All with customised catering from the Wow Cafe. Berrymead Golf, 50 Berrymead Park Drive, right next to the Berrymead Heritage Park.
My son's helped me greatly with my independence now that I've got more mobility.
Mum, I've been looking into stand assist chairs from More Mobility. They recline back with a footrest, then when you want to get out of them, they stand you up. You can even sleep on them. More Mobility can bring one out for a free trial. There's even electric beds too. What do you think? For more range and more expert advice, see More Mobility, corner Clarence and Princess Streets off Blenheim Road.
What a difference more mobility makes.
Undergone home renovations? Looking for that special something to complete a room? Look no further than the Hitching Post. Their extensive range ensures you can find that special something. From plasma cut metalwork, to candles, artwork, weather vanes, or even a customised gate. So come on down to the Hitching Post, 722 Marshland Road.
21 showcases the vast creative talent and minds that are making a name for themselves in Europe and beyond. Think outside the square with Arts 21.
Welcome back to CTV News. Some news just in from Christchurch Police in relation to that crash where the police car crashed with another vehicle in Yoldhurst. They say they've just confirmed Monday's crash that left 3 elderly people in hospital and 2 police officers injured was related to a drug investigation. They say the 32-year-old female passenger in the fleeing BMW that crashed with another car is a suspected drug mule. She's been detained under the Misuse of Drugs Amendment Act. The driver and the passenger of the other car were today discharged from Christchurch Hospital, so that is some good news. The third passenger, which is sad to say is an 80-year-old woman, remains in intensive care. The Independent Police Conduct Authority is investigating the incident. Well, we move on now. Here's Warren Head with this week's business news.
I'm Warren Head from headliner.co.nz. Today, Tower came out with a statement and said it was leading pretty well on earthquake claim delivery, with 88% by number and 78% by value now completed of all claims settled and closed as at September. And it was on track to achieve 95% settlement and closure of all its earthquake claims by the end of 2015. So some progress there. Earlier in this week, I had the opportunity to hear a little bit more about the Waterloo Business Park on the site of the old Islington Works. If you're heading south on Waterloo Road or down Pound Road, heading in the direction south, take a look to the left or the right, as the case may be, and you'll see the old works there and all the trees starting to go in for the Waterloo Business Park. Now, the stage that has been completed is worth about $45 million worth of build. The whole event is going to cost about $400 million in construction over 5 to 7 years. So this is a real biggie. 102 lots and 50 hectares has already been sold. So on soon to part 2 and then eventually to the town centre, which will be underway by 2016. This little graphic here shows what that hub may well look like when this project is completed. And this is just a small part of the Waterloo Business Park. It's a very big venture. This will have cafes, hospitality, accommodation, etc. The railway line will come in. There'll be logistics builders, suppliers, people involved with the rural hinterland, all in the Waterloo Business Park. So a very exciting venture underway there. And today, the Prime Minister was in town to wrap the opening of the $10 million office and warehouse facility of a local company, SB Global Logistics, out in the Dakota Park Airport Park development. He opened that building this afternoon. This too is some significant progress. This company has been in existence 24 years. It's been a growth leader in its own way. It started out really doing just export, but now it handles a lot of import as well. In fact, import is about 64% of the business. 5,000 square metres of purpose-built facility there today, all under one roof on a big section, about 13,500 square metres. So good progress there by SB Global Logistics. And the local power supply company, or I should say the local lines company, Orion, is in the news. It's completing a cable loop around Christchurch North. It's a big project that will restore the network to the pre-earthquake position by 2019. So the work is really just getting underway now. $45 million worth of project work, new substation going in near Johns and Sawyers Arms Road, and that'll feed about 22 kilometres of new underground high voltage cable all the way through to Papanui and out to New Brighton at Rawiti Domain, and a new substation to be built at Marshlands. The whole loop will be completed about 2018-2019, and they'll be able to backfeed power from this loop if security of supply is lost somewhere else in the city. So quite an important development if you're looking at property in that area, if you're looking at living in that area or having a company in that area. A very big thing for that part of town. On the market today, the Gentrack company reported its first results, down a little bit. They had a little bit of a bump along the way. Nothing to worry about there, they told us all today. Back on track for a good result next year, about $9 million on the bottom line. And they sell software to airports, energy, utilities and water. I hasten to add, not in this country yet, but water is tolled, if you like, or sold licensed overseas, and they now have a software package that handles that. They have another one that bundles up electricity and gas and broadband. So it's a company to watch going forward. Gentrack is the name of it. And on Monday, we'll see another new company listed on the market, another software provider, enterprise software. The company is called Enprise. A little startup there that's coming through. It was a hot emerging list company not so far back. It'll be on the market on Monday, and we've got more coming, I assure you. I'm Warren Head for headliner.co.nz.
Thanks, Warren. Nice to see you. Well, now time for the region's weather.
A stunning day for Canterbury today. Timaru, Temuka and Geraldine hit a high of 22 degrees. Methven and Ashburton hit a high of 23. Rakaia, same for you, at 23 degrees. Darfield, 23. Leeston and Rolleston, the sun was out in full force for you with a high of 24. Looking now at Lincoln and Christchurch. Hope you had a chance to get outside with those areas reaching 24 degrees. Akaroa, the same for you, hitting a high of 24. Rangiora, Kaipoi and Amberley took out one of the region's highs with a warm high of 25. Culverden, Hanna Springs and Cheviot were slightly cooler, with the region's low only hitting 21 today. Kaikoura hit 25 degrees. But what about tomorrow? In Timaru, fine at first with westerlies, but colder southwesterlies and some showers developing later in the afternoon. Expect 11 degrees overnight with a high of 16. Ashburton, a fine morning but some showers during the afternoon, bringing with it thunderstorms and hail. Also expect some colder southwesterly winds to develop. 11 degrees overnight, reaching just 16 throughout your day. Christchurch, a fine morning but a rainy afternoon on store as southwesterly winds become pretty chilly. 11 degrees overnight but with a high of 17 throughout your day. At the top in Kaikoura, mild morning temperatures but a cold wet afternoon as southwesterlies develop. 11 degrees overnight with a high of 18 throughout your day. And in other areas around the region, Temuka and Geraldine, morning cloud with a high of 16. Methven and Rakaia expect afternoon showers reaching 16 and 17 degrees. Darfield, morning cloud with a high of 17. Leeston and Rolleston reaching a high of 18 degrees. Over in Akaroa, expect an overnight low of 11 and a high of 19 degrees for your Friday. Rangiora, Kaipoi and Amberley expect cloud in the morning with a nice high of 18 degrees. Culverden, Hanna Springs and Cheviot reaching 17 throughout your day but just 11 overnight. And looking ahead at what's coming Canterbury's way over the coming days. Sunny periods and high cloud on Saturday with cool temperatures and fresh gusty westerly winds, potentially strong for a short period of time during the afternoon. Winds then tending southwesterly during the evening with a small risk of brief showers. Mostly dry with cloud on Sunday and moderate to fresh westerlies, but showers and cold southerly winds developing from the evening. Cloudy on Monday and at first on Tuesday with showers and moderate to fresh cold southwesterly winds. Showers then clearing later on Tuesday with sunny periods increasing during the afternoon and winds easing out. Cold on Tuesday night, expected to be mostly fine and sunny with moderate northeasterlies on Wednesday though. And that's your region's weather this Thursday. Have a great evening.
Thanks, Emma. Before we go tonight, I had the absolute truly unique experience rather, of being able to host the Kiwi Bank New Zealander of the Year Awards at Addington Raceway. Can I say congratulations to each and every one of you. You truly are Canterbury's heroes, and thank you for your service. And thank you, the watcher, for watching CTV News tonight. Have a great night.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.